Hey guys, it's Wisdom. Um, I said the last video I said, I was like, oh, it's going to be my last video, but something's been brought to my attention, and then God gave me so many revelations on the phone with Miss Faithful, and he was just flowing prophetically to where I had to come live and say what I heard and address a couple other things. So, many of my friends called Miss Faithful to say, "Is there something? What's wrong with Wisdom?" And so Faithful and I were able to have a very good talk. But through that talk, God began to just unveil like everything that's coming. Like it was amazing. It was amazing. So let's start off at the beginning. I was called. I know who God called me to. Do you guys remember when I told you when I took this mission? I was on the phone with Miss Faithful, and I was scared. I was scared because I knew what it meant. I knew what God was telling me I had to do. You know, I had to be the one that the Pharisees hated. That's who I had to be, and that was genuinely who I was. You know what I mean? Like I had to be me. You know, and which is a person, a regular person with a good heart, you know, who means well meaning person that's not in the mainstream like everybody else, you know, non-conformist, I guess. I knew that's who God was calling me to. And I knew that this was going to be a rough road. I knew that I literally said to Miss Faithful that day, they gonna get me. I can't do that. You know how they feel about their sweet baby Jesus. I can't do that. But I told God, if you let me do this, if you let me take this to the finish line, like don't take it from nobody. I'll be obedient and genuine to it and do it. So I decided to do it. Okay. So I'm not called for everybody, and that's what God told me he needed me to be, who he told me to be, like who I am. He needs this person for this hour, okay? Because I was called to the people that think that they're not good enough. Like there's some people out there that are actually going to choose hell because they don't feel like they're worthy of God. That's what this world has done to a lot of people. Or there's some people out there, you can't even say Jesus' name. You can't say anything that matches with church perspective too because their ears shut down to it long ago. But God told me that's who I was called to. But he told me also, just like Jesus was called to the people, I'm not comparing myself to Jesus, please don't get that. But I'm saying the Pharisees came for him. That's what I'm saying. Because he was saying hang out with the prostitute, the drug dealer, the random person. Yes, and that's me. That's who I'm gonna hang out with. I am. That's who I'm here for. I'm not here. I'm not here for the people that grew up in the church program. I'm not here for them. Okay, so it's important for you to know that. Because think about it. If I've already told you, here's what I promise out of the Bible. You're gonna find it. Even when it sound rough and hard hitting, even when it sound ghetto, right, and loud or whatever, it's gonna be directly in the Bible. I haven't said nothing today that wasn't in the Bible. Everything that I've said was in the Bible. Even though I said it from this generation standpoint, literally what we say, the the ways of the righteous is foolish to the perishing, right? Um, when you got to be kind. How what does God want? He wants you to be perfect in your forgiving, right? So you go to that verse and chapter that's literally was saying, you know, you got those that are forgiven much are required much, right? So it's about forgiveness, right? Everything that I've said has been in the Bible. I don't think that we've missed the beat on being biblically sound. So that's my promise. is, because that's what God told me. His 10 commandments, those are his rules. Why are they his rules? Because they protect you from the supernatural bondages and strongholds. So you're not gonna see me, like if you ever see me saying, uh, I don't know, something against those or something against Moses. Why would I say something against Moses? He was the first real human being. Ooh, y'all couldn't know that. Don't worry. We're going to talk about that later too, because I do study the Bible and archaeology and all parts of it, right? But yeah, so if you see me doing something like that, then that's not of God. You see anybody doing anything like that, that is not of God, right? So it's very important for the people to know. There's some things that Miss Faithful, because I was on the phone with Miss Faithful and I got off the phone because I was so like, okay, I got to tell the people this stuff, why it's just, right here so strong. But I turned the page. Tag, I'm mad at myself. Here we go. So, here we go. God gave me a vision of what to expect during the tribulation. Take it to God, okay? I could be telling you the truth, or I could be telling you a stark raving lie, okay? Take it to God. Go take it to him. Go study it out. Go find out if God's telling you the truth, right? If he told you the truth, right? Because I'm just being obedient. I'm just a messenger, okay? God told me when the shift happens, when the balance is tilted, right? That he is going to take the first fruits and leave. Who are the first fruits? I maintain what he's always said, and he's saying it again, Chop, is the best of that crop. And that is the children. That's those that have not been tainted by women, those that uh, are follow the lamb everywhere he goes. Like literally, there's like in the verse in, I think it's chapter 14, he literally says, these are the ones who follow the lamb everywhere he goes, right? That's the song that let y'all tell y'all what I saw. I'm sorry, it's really rough. First fruit, he told me he takes the first fruit first. And then he said the people left behind, the people that are still here, those that have the MOB in their body, they become like animals, okay? God was telling me that the difference between the beast, the animal, and the human is God. He's the difference, is what he told me. And he said, when that time comes, that's what humanity will turn into. And that's what people are seeing as zombies. But this is really an animalistic humanity. And he was basically explaining the importance of kindness, because you're going to have to, humbleness, contriteness, boldness. These were the words he said, because I went, boldness? That's such a contradiction. You just said humble and contrite, but you also said bold. But he explained it. It was like, you can't have fear because it's like an animal. It can sense fear, is what he said during that time. It's an animal, so it can sense fear. So you're going to have to be bold. You're going to have to be kind. Now, mind you, I'm not telling you, and that's the part that made me and Miss Faithful kind of, because up until the shift, your kindness might get you out of some stuff, okay? Like, it might save your life. But when this happens, people are going to look for death and can't find it. The thing that was stopping that adversary that's on that person that wanted to jump on you. Like that person wanted to hurt you, but they couldn't. There was something about that you that was holding it back. Maybe it was your kindness. Maybe it was something. There was something that was holding it back. But once God takes his first fruit and leave, that thing there that's holding them back won't be there anymore. Right? You're going to have to convince them to hold themselves back, just like you convince a dog or a bear or something like that to hold themselves back. But you got to remember, you're dealing with humanity. Don't get me wrong. The mind has been converted to animalistic, but you are dealing with humanity. So I'm saying, this is when Jesus said you're going to have to turn in the other cheek. If they want you to go 1 mile with them, you're going to have to go 2. This is that type of thing. You get what I'm saying? It's completely humble. When they're beating you, you have to be, finding a way to say, I'm sorry for whoever did this to you, that you're doing this to me now. I'm sorry that happened. You're going to have to genuinely care, because a dog can tell when you genuinely don't care. That's what the time is going to be like, he said. Now, this right here, this next one, this is a contradiction, and I don't like contradictions. I always promise to tell you the truth. So they've always said it was going to be 3 days, but my soul is saying 3.1 years. The time that has passed will pass again, is what I keep hearing and feeling. So I just want y'all to know, I don't know how, maybe 3 days is going to feel like 3 years, 3.1 years in particular. That's the number. 3.1 has passed and 3.1 will pass again, is what I hear him saying. So just know that. That is the time for Isaiah 26. You might want to go buy some boards for the windows and put them in the garage. That's what this is what I was called to do. And I have to be able to tell you. At that time, all the electricity, remember he left. All the electricity goes with him. So you become the electricity. So God told me to tell you that was going to be a time of domination. Domination. That's how animals move. So if you're dominatable, you'll be dominated. So if you're compromisable, you'll be compromised. Because that's another thing. He said this is the hour of trial, right? So remember, evil comes to expose itself. That's the job of evil, right? So it's going to come knowing your weakness, trying to expose itself within you, right? To expose itself. So at that point, what you got to do is forgive yourself and forgive them, so that way you can't be used against you, right? And you'll be able to realize that this ain't even about me anymore. This is about God. He gone. He left. So I got to get back to him. I got to, in this moment, on trial, choose to WWJD, to do what Jesus would do, right? So God told me to tell you, during that time, you have 4 unalienable rights. This is your power. This is your power, right? Your rights are your power, okay? He said at that time you have 4 unalienable rights. He said the first one is the right to choose which God you will serve. You have that right always. You will always have that right. The other one is you have the right to choose, to just choose. So if you're in slavery, you have the right to choose what type of slave you're going to be. If you are being trafficked, you have the right to choose how, like, your heart within it, how you're going to be. You get what I'm saying? How you're going to go about doing this. So you always just have the right to choose. He said you have the right to choose self. The right to choose to benefit self. That's what he said. You have the right to choose to benefit self. Now, That doesn't mean, remember, your heart is going to tell how you benefit self. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want you to think I'm saying you got to, like, but you do though. You do though. You have the right to choose to benefit self. You have the right to remain silent. You have, that kind of thing. You have the right not to incriminate yourself. You have the right to choose to benefit yourself. Okay, so that's number 3. And number 4, you have the right to be an individual. You do not have to be a part of the collective. If everyone is going off of a cliff, you have the right to say, nah, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not a part of that. Y'all going with that, right? You have the right to do that. He told me to tell you this will be your power during that time. Because remember, it's the hour of trial. What is on trial? Your heart. Your heart is what is on trial. Your heart, okay? So this is the way, that's your power. Knowing that your heart is on trial. How you deal with others. How you treat others. This is when God, that's another thing. He told me when he comes back, that's what judgment is. You're thinking it's about if you smoke cigarettes or if you cussed or whatever, you're thinking about if you, it's that if you were a prostitute, if you were human trafficker, if you think that it's going to be about that. It's not. It's going to be about how you felt about that. That's what it's going to be about, y'all. It's going to be how you felt after you did that thing, how you felt about yourself and how you felt about what you did. So it's going to be your heart. Your heart is going to be on trial. It's going to testify. It's going to testify too. That's another thing. He told me to let you know when that time comes. It's true. I know I told Faithful about this, and then Faithful told me it's somewhere in the Bible. This was back when we first started being close. But your body, your life is going to testify against you. Like, yeah, it's going to happen. There's many components to you. Yeah, you're the head and not the tail, but the tail going to get a chance to say what you did to them. You get what I'm saying? So you're going to have to ask for forgiveness and forgive in that moment. You're just going to have to. And then there's many, like, that's why God had me be me to, you might hear me cuss, right? You going to see me say a lot of comedy. I'm going to laugh through this whole thing. Yes, I am. But is that devastating you? Like, and when the time come for you to stand in front of God, are you, a memory of me gonna come up and you gonna go, ooh, and God say, how you feel about her? And so, are you going, ooh, that ghetto girl. I don't like that ghetto heifer. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh. Honestly, don't let me be your stumbling block. I love you. I hope you love me too. I do. Because I'm telling you, everybody could go. Everybody can go. You just got to tame your heart. That's the only difference. You got to allow your heart to be under the authority of God. You got to love morality. You got to. That's the only way. You got to love his way. He going and he leaving this place to them. Remember I told you, he said he opened 3 worlds. He about to open a 4th. Hello, hell. He taking his and leaving. And he coming back. There's going to be a redeemed of the hour of trial. There will be. And I'm telling you, he told me to let you know how to do it. How we going to get out of this. He's showing me, I saw images of, okay, better yet, let me tell y'all about a dream. Because he told me I finally know what that dream was about. Remember, I think it was January 6, 2021, I had this dream where my dog, I don't know, I had this beautiful yard, and the dog ran over to this bubbling brook kind of thing. But then a bear came out, right? A bear came out. And, the bear looked at me kind of like almost Disney kind of looked at me. The bear looked at me like, hi. And me going, that's a bear. I started treating them like you know, they teach you to treat a bear, right? I'm like, get out of here, bear. I'm screaming, get out of here, bear. Get over here. You know, I'm screaming at baby girl, get it, come here, dog. Get my dog out of the way. Get out of here. And then the bear looked at me like, and then attacked me. God said that's what the hour of trial is going to be like. You better not treat them like, get out of here, bear. Better not treat them like that. You better treat them with kindness. You better treat them with what you know, the principles of God. You know them. So, I mean, like, you're human just like them. So you better treat them with the love and dignity and respect, okay, of a human. Because remember, everybody going to become like animals. Animals. A good thing is man can tame an animal. I'm telling you how to tame it. I'm telling you how to tame it. Be kind. Be loving. And really care. Because the dog could tell when you can't care. I mean, when you don't really care. Mean them no harm. Be bold. Be the leader that God called you to be. That's what you got to be during that time. You got to read those red words of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Flat out. Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And if you want to see we have to talk about that another day. We'll talk about the book of John another day. But yeah, read John with the black words. That'll help you. Read John with that disclaimer. Only read John with the black words, okay? You need the commentary to understand that one. But read Mark, Matthew, and Luke. Red words only. And you'll see the nature of God. You'll see a person going to their hour of trial and how you got to deal with certain people in certain situations. So I had to let you guys know that. I had to let you guys know that. I don't know if the chat is ever on anymore, but I don't even know if anybody's there. But that's what God wanted me to let you know, what it will be like. It feels like longer than 3 days. It feels like exactly 3.1 years. But, you know, I could be lying. I could be just some, you know, some wacko conspiracy theorist, right? False prophet. I could be something like that. Go read your Bible. You will know if I told you the truth or not. You will know. Those that know God will know if I told them the truth. So that time is coming. Let me see if there's anything else that I have to tell you. I don't want to beat a dead horse. It's already been 23 minutes. But know this, that's the hour. I'm going to be giving you strategies, tips, and ways because God gave me the opportunity to see it clear as day. Food, water, warmth, light. God showed me the light is going to go. There won't be no light. No electricity, right? I don't know if the sun gonna come back out again. I don't know that. I don't know. Don't give me the line, right? But I know electricity itself, right? I don't know about if fire's leaving, right? I don't know about that. But I know electricity won't exist here during that time. I know that. He showed me that. That's why they're gonna try to capture you for your orb. That's what they're going to try to do. Use you as the light bulb. And they're going to try to... So just, that's the number one thing. Read your Bible. Read your red words. Find out what would Jesus do. And if you got if you're starting to go, oh my goodness, you know, wisdom is not who I thought she was. Right? How dare she say a cuss word, or how dare she, and I don't mean no harm, but I do have to say it, right? But how dare she tell people that she's pro marijuana? That's blasphemy. Or with the same breath, she gonna say, praise God, right? Be careful. Be careful. Remember what he said about the offering, right? Jesus said, you better put that offering down because you don't want me to be your stumbling block. Remember the stone they rejected became the cornerstone. I'm just saying. And I'm used to it. But I know that's been the adversary because there's too much truth flowing from my heart. Too much boldness and truth flowing from my heart. So, all right. I love you. I hope that was a message that you could receive. Take it, leave it. It's up to you. But take it to God, Um, I'm just that lady, just saying what he said. So, talk to you soon.